Right, get ready for this one because we are diving deep into some seriously heavy music today.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a brand new review here from Amplify the Noise.
Woohoo.
And they're covering a band called CHÜZO.
I've heard of them.
They're from Montreal, and they've got this new EP coming out.
Nice.
It's called M.T.M.D.
M.T.M.D.
Yeah, it stands for Maximum Threshold Minimum Decay.
Oh, wow. That's intense.
Intense.
Super intense.
So what kind of sound are we talking about here?
Well, the reviewer throws out a bunch of genres,
Okay.
like grindcore, Swedish death metal, and hardcore punk.
Whoa, that's like a triple threat of aggression.
Seriously. And they even call the EP a cathartic journey through vengeance and resilience.
Oh, wow.
I know, right?
That's heavy stuff.
It is.
So we're not just talking about music here.
No,
we're talking about like an emotional experience.
Totally. Like using music to process some pretty intense feelings.
Yeah, and that idea of catharsis, it makes me think about like ancient Greek tragedies.
You know, where the audience experiences this emotional release through the performance.
I see what you mean.
It's like CHÜZO is tapping into that same kind of energy.
Right, but with like a modern heavy metal twist.
Exactly. So are they telling a story with this EP?
It seems like it.
Okay.
The reviewer mentions these themes of vengeance and resilience.
Those are some pretty powerful themes.
They are, and they make me wonder what kind of personal experiences inspired this music.
Yeah, like what kind of journey is CHÜZO taking us on here?
Exactly. And to really understand that journey, I think we need to break down the EP track by track.
I'm with you.
So let's start with The Brutalator.
The Brutalator.
Yeah, it's a first track, and the reviewer calls it a standout anthem for social justice.
Interesting.
They say it's like a rallying cry against the powers that be.
Okay, so they're not shying away from making a statement.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's like they're using their music to fight back against injustice.
Which makes you think, can music really be a force for change?
That's a good question.
I mean, we've seen it happen throughout history.
Yeah, like protest songs and anthems that have galvanized movements.
Exactly. Music can give a voice to the voiceless and inspire people to action.
And it can also make you think about the world in a different way.
For sure.
Challenge your assumptions and make you question the status quo.
Right, and it seems like that's what CHÜZO's doing with The Brutalator.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But they're not just focused on the big picture.
What do you mean?
Well, the review also mentions this other track called Brand New Cell.
Oh, okay.
And this one seems to be a lot more personal.
Ooh.
Yeah, it dives into the darker side of seeking justice.
Okay, like what?
Like the cost of revenge and how obsession can consume you.
That's a heavy topic.
It is, and it makes me wonder if this song is a cautionary tale.
Like a warning about the dangers of letting vengeance take over.
Yeah, because sometimes even when you're fighting for what's right, things can get complicated.
Oh, absolutely.
And you can end up hurting yourself or others in the process.
It's a complex idea to grapple with.
It is, and it seems like CHÜZO is willing to explore those complexities through their music.
Yeah, it's not just about headbanging and aggression.
Right, there's a lot of depth and nuance here.
Like they're really trying to make us think about these tough questions.
Yeah.
Questions about justice, revenge, and the price of fighting for what you believe in.
I think that's what makes this EP so fascinating.
Yeah, it's not just music.
It's a statement.
A reflection of personal struggles and societal issues.
And maybe even a challenge to listeners to confront these issues head on.
I like that.
Me too.
It's like CHÜZO saying, hey, let's talk about this.
Yeah, let's get uncomfortable.
Let's dig deep and examine these difficult truths.
And let's do it with some seriously heavy music blasting in the background.
I'm all for that.
Me too. All right, so we've talked about The Brutalator and Brand New Cell.
Right.
But this EP is packed with even more intense tracks.
I can't wait to hear what else they have in store.
Me neither. So let's move on to the next song and see where this sonic journey takes us next.
Let's do it. Okay, so where are we headed next on this sonic journey?
Well, the review jumps to the last track on the EP.
Okay.
It's called Bruised and Broken.
Bruised and broken.
Yeah. And this one is described as just a full-on sonic attack.
Oh, wow.
It's like they're taking all that pain, all that negativity, and just turning it into fuel.
That's interesting. Like they're channeling those experiences into something powerful.
Exactly. And the reviewer even says that it feels like it's directed at anyone who tried to bring the band down.
Oh, so there's a real sense of defiance there.
Definitely. It's like they're saying, you tried to break us, but we're coming back stronger.
I like that.
Yeah, super powerful.
That makes you think about the role of music as a form of resistance.
Oh, totally. Like, especially for those who have been marginalized or silenced.
Exactly. It's a way to reclaim your power and make your voice heard.
And I think it connects back to what we were talking about earlier with catharsis.
Right. How music can be a way to process difficult emotions and turn them into something positive.
Exactly. It's like taking all that pain and anger and transforming it into something creative and empowering.
I love that idea.
Me too. And it's not just the music that's making a statement here.
What else is there?
Well, the review also talks about the EP's artwork.
Ah, the visuals.
Yeah, it was created by an artist named At Draft.
Okay.
And they say it really captures those themes of resilience amidst like decay and struggle.
Visuals are so important in music, you know?
Oh, for sure. Like especially in metal.
Yeah.
Think about all those iconic album covers.
Yeah, they become part of the band's identity.
Totally. And it sounds like in CHÜZO's case, the artwork is really adding another layer to their message.
Like it's a visual representation of their journey.
Exactly. And they even give a shout out to the producer, Kevin Jardine.
What about him?
They say he did a great job of capturing the band's raw energy,
Okay.
but also letting those like more nuanced emotions shine through.
That's a tough balance to strike.
It is, but it sounds like he nailed it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they even highlight M.T.M.D's vocals.
The lead singer.
Yeah, they say their voice just cuts through all the chaos.
It makes sense.
Yeah, like even with all the heavy instrumentation, you can still feel the emotion in their voice.
It's like their voice becomes another instrument in the mix.
Totally. And that kind of brings us to this point that the reviewer made that I found really interesting.
Okay, what's that?
They think this EP is a pivotal moment for CHÜZO.
Pigeon how?
Like they finally found their true voice as a band.
That's cool.
It is. And it makes you think about the importance of artistic evolution.
Oh yeah, how bands change and grow over time.
Exactly. It's like they're constantly experimenting and refining their sound.
And sometimes everything just clicks.
Right. Like they find that sweet spot where their unique style and their message come together perfectly.
And for listeners, it's like discovering a whole new side to the band.
Totally. It's exciting to hear a band pushing themselves and exploring new territory.
Yeah, keeps things fresh and interesting.
And speaking of keeping things fresh, we've got a lot more to unpack with this EP.
Oh yeah, we've only scratched the surface. Yeah, it really does make you think about how much goes into creating music like this.
It's not just about making noise, it's about channeling those experiences and emotions into something people can connect with.
Absolutely. And it's not just the individual artist, right? It's the whole music scene.
Oh, yeah.
You see these waves of bands emerging, building on what came before, pushing boundaries.
It's like this constant evolution of sound and ideas.
Exactly. And CHÜZO, it seems like they're riding that wave right now with M.T.M.D.
Yeah, the reviewer even said this EP feels like a pivotal moment for them.
Like they finally found their own unique voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Which is so important for any artist.
Absolutely. When everything clicks, their influences, their skills, their message,
It all comes together.
it becomes something truly authentic and powerful.
And for listeners, those are the moments we live for.
Totally. Hearing a band hit their stride, experimenting, pushing themselves further,
It's like witnessing something new being born.
makes you wonder what's next for them, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. What direction will they go in?
How will they evolve their sound?
Will they keep exploring these themes of resilience and resistance?
So many possibilities.
That's what's so exciting. There's always more to discover.
And maybe that's part of the message of M.T.M.D. itself.
Oh, interesting.
How so? Like even when facing darkness and struggle, there's always room for growth, for evolution.
Finding your voice, making it heard.
Exactly. Never giving up.
I think you nailed it right there. This whole deep dive has been a wild ride.
It really has so much to think about.
Intense music, powerful lyrics, great insights about what music can do.
And if anyone out there is looking for a band that pushes boundaries, challenges the status quo,
And delivers a serious sonic punch.
CHÜZO's M.T.M.D, is it?
It drops on November 15th. Mark your calendars.
Might just become your new favorite band.
And maybe even the soundtrack to your own journey of resilience.
That's a great way to put it.
Well, that about wraps it up for this deep dive.
It really does.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Keep exploring, keep listening, and we'll catch you next time.
See you then.